I'm Jim and this is Red and we're back with another LJL cast. Today's teams are 7th Heaven and Unsold Stuff Gaming. Definitely my favourite team name.
7th Heaven or Unsold?
Unsold Stuff Gaming. We're getting straight into picks and bans, but I'll run quickly over the team lists. So 7th Heaven with Satori in the top lane. Jungle is Savage. Mid, Rakenia. ADC, Hereti. And support, Thinton. And Unsold Stuff Gaming. In the top lane, we've got Upperman. In the jungle, we've got Tussle. In mid lane, we've got Garyaru. And ADC, Gango. And support, Enti.
So we're on patch 8.4, so we've had a couple of bans. So on the blue side, we've had Zyro and Talia. And on the red side, we've had Varus and Kha'Zix.
Varus is a very popular champion between both Hereti and Gango. Gango, the MVP at the moment in the LJL. Most MVP awards picked up, and he really rates the Varus. So it's interesting to see Unsold Stuff banning him.
The Varus is very safe pick at the moment, so I don't think they're willing to give it up on first pick. And the Galio ban as well, which in 8.4, I think he's got some of his impactfulness, but is nowhere near where old Galio was.
So Galio was changed a little while ago to be more AP focused and less tanky, but he's still really bloody tanky. And of course the Azir ban there, both Garyaru and Rakenia really rate the Azir, and a high priority on the Rise as well.
The Sejuani first pickup by...
Yep, 7th Heaven Savage.
I keep thinking of an old TV show. Something wrong with me.
Well, the pig locked in the jungle for 7th Heaven. As we wait, the Great Rise.
Great haircut here.
Garyaru definitely rates the Rise, but so does Rakenia, so it's a ban away from Rakenia as well.
I only just got Tussle's name in reference to his great hair.
I think Tussle's on screen at the moment. But
no, that was Tussle before with the curls. This should be a Upperman.
Alright, what do we reckon here? I think they've got to pick up the ADC. Yeah, Tristana locked in.
There it is, one of Gango's favourite ADCs, so we're already off to a good start.
Yeah, you got to play around Gango. Unsold Stuff Gaming has just been getting carried by him the entire split.
So I think they'll be picking up you'd have to pick up a mid here.
I think that 7th Heaven are going to put high priority on a really strong lane like Caitlyn to have any chance of beating Unsold Stuff Gaming.
Shut down Gango.
Yeah, you've
so
really
been looking for a strong support like Braum.
Yeah, Braum, both Finton and Enti really love the melee supports, the playmaking supports. So Braum picked up. Braum Caitlyn, excellent. You can chain the Braum passive into the Caitlyn trap. Makes it a lot of
some teams
fun.
Can.
Some teams
After
can.
we learned from last week.
The
spicy.
Nah, that's got to be a bait. Blitzcrank hover there. Zach picked up. Well, it hasn't been locked in yet, but would make sense in the team comp here for Unsold Stuff Gaming. Tussle with the Zach.
I think Zach does what Sejuani does, just a little bit better.
Yeah. I
some team comps, but I feel like you can also see Zach's fall a lot harder than you'd see a Sedge.
Yeah, Sejuani's just she's so tanky. But Zach can gank obviously from any angle. It'll be really interesting to see. Unsold Stuff Gaming here coming out with the team fighting comp with the Rise and the Zach, as opposed to the strong lanes picked up by 7th Heaven so far.
With the Gangplank ban by 7th Heaven and the Cassiopeia by Unsold Stuff Gaming.
Gangplank gone.
You'd have to target another mid laner here.
Yeah, Unsold Stuff definitely have to pinch Rakenia's mid pool.
So Rise has gotten to the point now in the meta where people are getting sick of him. So they're figuring out different picks that can counter him or make him suffer a lot harder than he has been, rather than just letting him be a free pick. So I think hopefully we'll see something a bit more interesting out of the mid lane.
I would like to see. I'm very surprised that they banned Syndra away and not Talia. Talia, obviously a really good pick into Rise, can definitely push the lane and roam almost better than Rise can, especially at level 6. So I'm really expecting 7th Heaven to pick up Talia already banned, but to pick up a pushing mid laner.
I've seen Ori's going to Rise. I don't rate it, but it's a very NALCS pick up. They're really big fans of Ori over there. Unfortunately, Cassiopeia would be my pick, but she's been banned out.
Yeah, no, unsold stuff. Definitely pinching the mid pool. They've done it really well, but 5 mid laners banned all together here.
I think the Thresh pickup, absolutely great.
Yeah.
You've got the Zac for playmaking and engage. You've got the Thresh to keep that CC chain going. And I think it'll do a great job defending that Triss from a really aggressive lane.
Yeah, definitely. The Lantern certainly helps. I think it's more picking it up for the Flay so that Sejuani can't just charge into a team fight.
Sweet Flays will be the play of the game, you reckon?
Yeah, I think that Enti on Thresh will definitely play the guardsman role. Wukong hovered here, what a tease. Sun Wukong.
Nivea, yes, that's what I'm happy to see.
Nivea picked up. That's the wave clear pushing bird that'll deal with Rise.
Egu-chan. Let's see if we can get a bait in.
They'll hover for Alawi.
Alawi into On, she will absolutely dominate that lane via split pushing menace. I think it could be a good pickup.
But here we go. The safer. It was definitely playing with your emotions there. One of Red's favourite champions is the Alawi.
Second highest mastery, followed by the king himself, Tahm Kench.
No unbenching of the Kench, which is a surprise. He does fit into this meta quite well.
He does, but I still feel the Thresh is the better pickup for the Triss.
Yeah,
because Triss will be jumping all over the place. The Lantern's able to follow deep engages or whatever else she needs, while Tahm Kench will struggle to keep near her.
The other interesting interaction is that Thresh can still pull himself towards Braum, even if Braum blocks the hook with his unbreakable wall. As we see here, the
two coaches about to shake hands. It's a bit awkward.
It's a
little.
He doesn't
know what to do with his hands.
He's very scared.
There we go.
Yep, there we go.
Oh,
great
stare
handshake.
down. Oh, the stare down.
Typical Japan there. You can see that
unsold stuff gaming.
Unsold stuff gaming with the on Seventh Heaven with the vending machine in the background. Love it. LJL, one of our favourite places. So it'll be. How do you see the teams coming together here? What's the win condition for Seventh Heaven?
Seventh Heaven just needs to shut down Gango and make sure that Rise can't do too much splitting. Or too much just running away with the lane and going to gank somewhere else where Nibby is stuck in the tower.
For those not following the LJL too closely, Seventh Heaven fighting to stave off relegation while there's Unsold Stuff Gaming have comfortably making it to the spring finals.
Looking for that spot in MSI. Oh, we have the Freedom Bird.
Oh, definitely one of the. I prefer Festival, but Freedom Bird still quite good.
Festival is the top. What about Prehistoric? Just in case you're looking for something bad.
The Icy Pterodactyl doesn't really do it for me. Oh, this is a really typical LJL. They just love to stare each other down from across the river. All afraid of all about sending a message. The crowd.
The fan wants the.
Yeah, they want Seven Heaven to win, but
the underdog.
I think they're going to be sorely disappointed. Seventh Heaven, they've only won about 25% of their games that they've played.
Easy odds.
Not great. The excellent dance off here with Savage and Satori. They've got to win on style alone, don't they?
Oh, the Thunderlord Ord, I think, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle seeing his brittle when you're on base skin.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. The best Caitlyn skin picked up, the Pulsefire Kate. Love that one.
Oh, you mean Resistance Caitlyn?
And LT Grey Brom.
It's no Santa Brom.
No Santa Brom.
Here comes the cheeky Nah. Just coming in to get a quick right?
Savage spotted out here with the Blue Start. Blue Start helps Savage with mana sustain and cooldown reduction, so definitely helps you in the jungle.
Giving up that information is the biggest issue. So now the opposite side jungler knows exactly where he is.
Yeah. It'll be interesting here to see what Tussle does. Tussle using his Q to... Yeah, starting walls, using his Q to bash, blue buff and Grob together, one of my favourite interactions. But...
Taking a lot of damage. There's the smite. Finish off the Grom.
Well, almost.
There it is.
Oh, he needed him alive just to ram him into blue
Get
buff
that one
more
little
time.
bit of CC.
But yeah, Zach obviously knows where Seja started. Savage blue, and
I think you'd be looking for. Oh, here comes the cheeky chickens.
So Gario wanting to spot out Savage when he walks past. So obviously starting blue buff, you're going to end your first clear down around the bot side. Caitlyn, obviously strong lane dominance, so they expected to be pushing. A good start from Savage, but spotted out.
I think Unsold Stop Gaming is putting a lot of priority right now to watching where this Sejuani's going, making sure that they know where the ganks are coming in so they can defend their lanes.
Well, I think Unsold Stop Gaming realizes that for them to win, they just need Gango to stay alive. And Savage is definitely going to ride that bot lane. They've picked up the Kate, they've picked up the Bron, they've picked up the Sejuani. They want a gank bot.
You've got Nar pushing this Ornn in quite heavily. Ornn still does quite alright on the tower.
Ornn just does alright. He really doesn't have many bad matchups. He's just sort of exists. Great team fighting presence, but yeah, no real threat in lane to die.
Yeah, when his ult comes down, there's always fear.
So Savage is avoiding the Scuttle Crab picked up by Zach, but spotted out by the ward. Good ward there from NT.
Pinged out by Unsold Stop Game. So this Caitlyn's already pushing this lane in quite heavily, which is good. It's what you'd expect. It's what you'd want as a Caitlyn right now.
Yeah.
If you're under your own tower, there's something going wrong.
I wonder if NT's going to...
double 750 back out of the tier.
Tier, yeah, very popular on 8.4. I wonder if NT's going to miss any of his Face of the Mountain procs. Like a true solo view fresh.
You can't be second in LJL and pull that kind of...
We'll see, hey. Well, he's used all his procs so far, so doing well. So standard lanes, as we'd expect. No, there's a little bit of a gank threat from Savage, but yeah, spotted out by a really good ward from NT.
Interesting here. So we've had the Rise stay a little bit longer to pick up one more mana crystal over the Anivia, and he's still a little bit up on CS. So I think that was a little bit of an advantage there.
Anivia is just fighting to get to level 6 though. She needs mana, she needs damage. And Rise's wave clear comes online a lot earlier than Anivia's.
Definitely. Here's Rise baiting out the bush.
Yep. Good pink ward, trying to spot out Savage.
Looks like we got both junglers heading down to bot lane.
Speaking of wards, I'm not sure if that's the best place for that pink ward for Gary Aaron.
In comes Zach.
Oh, yep. He misses the slingshot, but he's in there. Brom jumps away to Caitlyn.
There's the auto.
Savage for the counter gank. Manages to hit the Q. Yep. Tussle almost dying there, but he still had passive, so it would have been okay.
Don't want to pop to it.
Good counter gank from Savage. Knew exactly where Tussle was going to be. But Tussle missing the slingshot there, it's not going to help the cause.
He was deep in the wave. I think that was his mistake.
He was too far away. They needed to push up a bit, and I think Tussle needs to sneak down to the first bush and try and slingshot from there. The early slingshot range isn't that great. So
still only level 4.
Yep. Gario picking up level 6. Same with...
there's the Anivia flash.
Wow, that is the ultimate respect there from Rokania. Still had passive, so... but obviously...
you still struggle to get out of
it. Yeah, with the Rune Prison and Zach, you probably needed to flash that. But you can see Rokania is only protected by one pink ward just behind the Dragon Pit, so absolutely no vision of anywhere that Zach could be.
Complete vision dominance in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've had our top laners just chugging it out. The Nar's only up by 15 CS. But I think it looks like they're on an island to themselves.
Well, Nar's struggling to break a freeze up there from Satori, but Nar's in no danger of being ganked either. So you can see Tussle up there just collecting his Krugs, and Nar going for Upperman going for a bit of a walk in the river to get some vision. But I don't expect too much from the top lane until a teleport play or we get to the mid game when their ultimates are really useful.
Here comes NT with the sneaky thresh.
Yeah,
he's going to get spotted out.
NT roaming, but just clearing vision. So further denying further deny Rakenia any sort of safety.
Once again, he's all over Savage. Blue
Yeah.
buff for Anivia, that's a big pickup for her.
Yeah,
She's
definitely
going to
needs
be
it.
that way for days.
Yeah, definitely needs it though. Obligatory, you would say.
Looks like Zach will, after he finishes up walls, will be heading to blue to let Rise pick that up as well.
Yep. Both ADCs picking up BF swords. Caitlyn ahead, but not by that much.
So you're more of an ADC main than I am.
Yep.
Who's getting the more value out of the BF sword right now, the Trist or the Caitlyn?
Well, Tristana, her wave clear, basically her E, comes off AP and AD, so I would say Caitlyn because she has more opportunities to hit with the longer range versus Tristana's passive. But Tristana will do a lot of damage if she can all in someone. It's just not going to happen though with Brom.
Yeah.
Brom's too good at protecting.
Here comes Tussle doing a bit of a sneaky in there.
Yep.
He hasn't been spotted out yet.
So Enti getting that vision allows Tussle to go in, further push his vision, and
They're all coming for the fight on this red buff.
yeah. Unsold just have complete vision dominance in this bottom quarter. Savage is just getting
He's giving up. He's just
starved out of his jungle. There's nothing he can do, which is really strange because you would expect that Caitlyn and Brom have late priority, would be able to.
Here comes the big ult.
Pereni in the back there, untouched, places the trap underneath, manages to get the headshot kill. Perfect. Oh, flash there from Savage.
Oh, there's the ult.
Taken over
there's
the wall.
no damage over the wall.
Why? That was awful.
In comes Brom.
As we've got
Pause
a bit of a pause.
40. Looks like Link's slowed down a bit. There we go. Oh, it looks like we picked up Zach.
Yeah, Zach picked up his
the
his
ult
passive
taking
rope.
the Sejuani, that was just, you're asking for trouble there.
Yeah, definitely
And
asking
they
for
turn
trouble.
this straight into a Cloud Drake.
Cloud Drake buffed on 8.4. I think 8.4 or 8.5, where it gives you in-combat movement speed as well, just not that much. So replay here, take it away, Red.
It all just comes through on taking control of their jungle. So in comes Tussle's able to get up the vision, stop Savage getting his red buff, they take it. And the big thing here is you can see on the mini-map, Unsold Stop Game were the first ones to rotate up and give that defense to get in there. It was a bit of a greedy move going through the tri-bush, and that's what gave Caitlyn this Brom into the Sejuani ult, into the Brom ult, into stopping with the Brom ult, the Zac coming in, gave Caitlyn that first blood.
Yeah.
Lantern saves Tussle for a little bit, but here I think the biggest mistake here was trying to take her over the wall, because that gave Brom the chance to come over. Great Anivia wall into the kill.
Yep.
And it looks like here they'll even try to give it over to Sedge, greedy mate.
And was that teleport blown there right at the end by?
It wasn't completed, but you will have that 180-second cooldown.
Yeah, was that Gariari trying to match
It was
the teleport?
by both top laners.
Excellent. Okay, so Alphaman teleport down. So we'll have Na and Ornn stuck in the top lane.
Still living on their island.
Yeah, on that wet noodle competition.
No. It's not often you can say that about a Na.
Yeah, well,
But
best
at
wet
least
noodle in town. Ornn just taking no damage. So Caitlyn picking up a Zeal item. She is so far ahead now. Zeal item power spike over Tristana's Berserker Greaves means Caitlyn can just walk up, headshot, is unanswerable.
But you still saw that rotation was just...
Yeah, it was really good proactive play from
Unsold
stuff. Tristana and Thresh should never have been there first into 7th Heaven jungle. Alphaman just bullying poor old Satori here, but
it's a little sad. But that whole rotation only took off like an eighth of itself. In comes Tussle.
Oh, Tussle interrupted
again.
There by
that's
Savage.
A great Anivia wall into a huge amount of damage.
Yeah,
That Zac is
Tussle
dead.
is
he's out.
Great Lantern. Tussle was stuck in the Anivia ult for an eternity. Buster shot used
Moving on
there
to Gaza.
by
There's the
Gango.
snipe. Bang.
Oh, that's the first time Caitlyn's ult ace in the
damage?
hole has been able to be useful. Yeah, you don't see it very often, so count your lucky stars.
Yeah, moving straight onto that mid
That's
tower.
the four-leaf clover of ADCs getting a kill on Caitlyn's ult.
Feeling lucky. Well, 7th Heaven dominating this early game. We're 12 minutes in. It's
Yeah,
3-0.
the underdogs as well. Just able to turn all these engages around. Tussle here
There is
interrupted there by
beautiful start.
Savage, and I think that Savage was trying to hit the ult on Gariari there, but completely missed.
Gaza just the very inward bound Rise ult when his team just weren't ready for him. Unsold stuff get out rotated this time.
So do you see unsold? So do you see Seventh Heaven sort of taking it away from here? Is the 2K gold lead unassailable?
I wouldn't say it's unassailable, but they're able to push those advantages that they're getting. See here is looking for that play into the mid lane again, looking to try to get control back on the bot side dragon. They're trying to do the proactive plays on unsold stuff. As long as Seventh Heaven doesn't throw away some free kills, I reckon they can keep that lead going.
Yeah, my mistake. Unsold stuff only down about 800 gold, so not unassailable. Not a huge amount. Blue buff being donated there again by Savage, but spotted out by Upperman. Oh, the cheeky steal would have been impressive.
Well, we all know Nah needs blue buff, at least. That's what my top laner keeps telling me.
Anivia's ult just able to keep the wave off the tower. This just really is the wave clear for days in the mid lane. What's that? Mask picked up for Rise.
Picked up by Rise, and Rod of Ages picked up by
the double scaling from Rokenia, the tier and the Rod of Ages. Shouldn't have any net mana problems soon.
So an interesting build with Anivia at the moment is sometimes you can skip out building your tier item. So you still have tier, but you don't finish the final item and you go straight to death cap.
Okay.
Because with the changes to being two needlessly large rods, you get quite a bit of power spike.
Yep.
Very fast.
Yep. So the component pieces, give you
a lot more cost.
of AP.
Well, they work out very well for Anivia. At least that's what a lot of the pros are doing in the solo queue.
Right.
There's been a couple of Anivia games around the world. Not as much as I'd like, to be honest.
Froggen not as popular these days.
No.
And XPK semi-retired.
He'll never die.
Seventh Heaven clearing out some mid lane vision. Props to Rokenia. Really stayed alive there when vision was choked in the mid lane. I mean, still had passive, was never really threatened, but did a good job in lane and is reaping the rewards now.
Nice W. Interesting, Gango, even though being pushed down and being 2 kills down, is still up on CS.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Gango, the well-respected MVP here for unsold stuff, hasn't really had a chance to shine at all.
No, well, Trist has always been that 3-item power spike.
That's true.
She starts to go bananas.
So, Static Shift picked up for Caitlyn here to match the Zeal item picked up for Gango.
So going into Static Shift as well, not going to finish his BF sword.
No, you generally do finish off the Zeal item before finishing off IE, because there's no point in doing extra crit damage if you're not critting that much.
Crazy ADC means.
That's all about the min-max.
I'm talking about tank. Tank is easy to min-max. Bramble Vest, I'm
done. We can see Savage here coming up the lane. See, just providing a bit of protection for Hattori. So I think they haven't spotted where Tussle is, so Savage is here for the counter game, using Hattori as bait.
Gango, they sense something, or at least they're just not.
They're not falling for it. They're not falling for it at all.
They're just looking to survive that laning phase, keep it extended as long as they can.
So I don't think Rift Herald was spotted out, but Rokenia was having a look around, so probably would have found them eventually. Oh, that wave clear from Rise, that level 11 just obliterates the waves. Still both stacking their tiers in the mid lane. We can have a look at top lane. Nas finished his Black Cleaver. He's gone for the Merc Treads, which is very good against Anivia's slows and Ornn's ultimate.
It looks like Anivia is also going to build her tier item second.
Yep.
So she's built the Lost Chapter.
Yeah, this game, it's an extended laning phase now. We're almost at the 17-minute mark, and
well, if you look tower damage, very little tower damage of both sides.
Well, I mean, mid lane, you've got great wave clear. They're not going to hit unless there's 3 members there. Top lane, Ornn's just been able to keep the lane where the wave where he wants it, and
only about a third of the health gone.
Yeah,
and he's been pushed under for about 17 minutes straight now.
I think Tussle's desperate to come here for
to get
for a
that
gank.
tower.
Yeah, Alpha Man blew it there. He, I think he...
Well, to be fair, that is how he's been playing the whole time. A lot of it's about getting in your head, the opponent. You don't want to be too obvious in your change.
Well, it looks like 7th Heaven's pushed off unsold stuff here. The line of traps from Hattori let them get some great tower damage on. And everyone rotating bot. But
this is where you'll see those TPs if the fight starts out. Oh, great.
Complete vision here from 7th Heaven. They know exactly what's going on. So we're just waiting for the dive, but the wave wasn't in the right place. So
straight back to mid lane.
Yeah, gotta save your wave there. Yeah. Gary Arrow just pushing up the wave and saying, hey, well, I'll get this.
I've wasted no time here, boys.
Yeah. Tussle spots out the pink ward, so going in to remove that vision and saving Gango and Enti. But Caitlyn looking like, Heredi looking like they're going to get the first tower bot.
Oh, big hit.
Excellent jump there from Arpaman and the ult into the tower, but it did nothing. It was more for show than anything.
Exactly. He's already finished his Frozen Heart. Looks like he's moving on to his Abyssal. Oh, here comes the
Arpaman. No Mega Gnar. Savage.
Into a great 3 change of CC into Sejuani. There's the jump.
Sejuani passive finishes off with the E.
Oh, really? Nivea rotating great. What a fantastic wall. Has to
great wall.
Flash.
Gario has to flash. Oh,
don't go in.
No, the unseen enemy is the most deadly.
That's what I mean. If 7th Heaven had gone in there and turned over those 3 kills, that's where unsold stuff gaming would just be.
That was a great poise from 7th Heaven. Oh, big slingshot there. That's
definitely where they need to be.
They're really thirsty here. Tussle gets out with the lantern, but
there's bot lane tower.
Yeah,
taken by Winions.
Yep. Yeah, and trying to answer here on the top lane.
Another flash over the Anivia.
Yeah, Enti having to flash. Man, Rakeni are just walking up and forcing flashes at this point. And Heredi free tower damage on that bot lane. They're going to trade this.
Have a good chance to get that. Here comes Nah.
Yeah.
He's trying his hard.
Up and rotating.
I don't think it'll be enough.
That's a lot of tower damage. I think they've got this.
Interestingly enough, the first tower goal didn't go solo over to the Caitlyn. She shared it with the Brom to keep that push going. And I think that was the right call, because now you've got 2 towers.
Yeah. Well, Heredi's up 2-0-1. A little bit ahead on farm, but just walked up and took 2 towers while they couldn't even force the dive top. Tussle a slingshot over the wall, but missed everything and had to be lantern evac'd by Enti. And then Enti had to flash over the Anivia wall.
So that 2 Anivia walls for the 2 flashes, that's a hell of an investment.
So we're going to have a look at the replay here and take it away, Rhett.
So we've got ourselves warned. He's missed the E, but in comes Sejuani ready for this gank. She gets spotted out by that call of the Forge God. Too much. 1 stun, into the secondary stun, into the 3rd stun. Here comes the jump straight onto the Sejuani. There's nothing she could do. And then you start looking at this Anivia. Perfect wall. Has to force the flash over the rise. And it's just... Anivia has been in the right spot, in the right time, with the right walls this whole game. Yeah,
Rakenia's walls forcing all the flashes and really gimping the playmaking.
Get in there. He's got no flash. He's got nowhere to go. This is a free kill.
Nowhere to go. He has to pop stuck in the Baron pit.
Baron's having a great time on him. And there's Rakenia picking up the kill. That was a pity kill vibe as well.
That was like Simba in the lion in the hyena den.
Gango has to sit and watch
as his poor support.
I don't know if that's something we should
too soon? 99 too soon.
It's not too soon, it's just still in the hearts and minds of our population, man. We know our target audience. People who cried when Mufasa died. Here comes Caitlyn, the tower taking machine.
Heredi, the turret herself, just walks top lane. So I don't need no support. I don't need no man.
Strong, independent blue.
Just walks up and takes towers like they were nothing.
So we got 3 top hits. Nine and Orn just keeping that island. They've just moved. Which island? They've gone from Tasmania to New Zealand now.
Yeah, Upperman, he just can't do any meaningful damage.
Oh, here comes Tussle.
Tussle's
he's caught out here.
Absolutely caught here. His passive popped, but he's so dead. Great Forge of the Mountain. Oh, but just misses Gango.
Nara's the one to move on here. The Thresh Lantern's already been used up. If Ron can get his Q on
Thinton,
here. Oh, what a
jumps over Thinton's Q there. So is that an easy Baron there for 7th Heaven?
I wouldn't say it's easy, but it is the right call.
They're 5k up in gold, but have they had enough time to back and...
I don't think they've spent
pick
all that
their
gold.
advantage?
This Rise is sitting there, that's going to be a cold...
Heredy's just trapped the entire river.
That's another great Anivia ult, and
almost traps them there, but...
I think this will be a Baron over to 7th.
Yep. Thinton just blocking any sort of projectile there. You shall not pass, this is our Baron.
So this is what 7th Heaven wants. This is almost a perfect game, playing one tower down.
This is
it's
amazing.
Not what you'd expect.
No, this is amazing from 7th Heaven. They come into this huge underdogs, facing relegation, and they had to step up. And in this first game they have.
That's the Anivia pick, man.
The Anivia pick, you reckon that's...
Egu Charm's too strong. It hasn't even popped Egu Charm.
Rakeni is... The Freedom Bird is looking on point.
Looking free.
Looking free.
Free farm.
So as another replay in, takes away...
Tussle's decided to take the bomb plan over. I think he must have been thinking his team was going to follow, but there's the entire enemy team sitting there waiting for him. In comes the teleport from Ornn.
They had no vision. I think he was going in to try and steal.
In comes the call of the Forge God. Doesn't get a knock-up, but he zones out the two sides of the teams. So with the Fresh Lantern used up, there's no real escape except his own jump, which he perfectly dodged that.
Yeah, perfectly dodged the anti...
Caitlyn going for the Thor.
Thinton Q. Caitlyn, already just walking up and taking towers.
This is what you want as Caitlyn. This is where Caitlyn
is where Caitlyn shines. But they didn't do enough to stop that strong lane either. So I don't think that...
part of it was they believed... I think part of it was they believed in Gango. And they thought that Gango, no matter what would happen in this bot lane, as long as Gango does alright.
Gango's good, but I don't think that you can just outskill a really bad matchup at this level. Not to say that Tristana is really bad against Caitlyn, but Caitlyn has complete lane priority. Yeah. And they picked a ganking jungler, and I think he came bot, once, twice? He really didn't spend much time down there.
A lot of vision control trying to shut down Savage, and it just hasn't paid off.
Picked up their second Cloud Drake. Freedom Bird is going to be great. Concord now.
He's going to be going almost the same speed as everyone without any buffs.
Why do you buy boots on something that can fly?
Exactly. Well, I tried once. I tried the turret Anivia by buying a 6-eye, but man, she just could go nowhere. It was amazing how slow she is without boots at that point.
We see already basically following Thinton top. The dynamic duo up here, they're so strong. Fire Cannon picked up, so IE Fire Cannon and Static Shiv, along with the comfort purchase of a QSS.
At this point, you have to pick that up. That's just
any random wayward CC that she falls on the file, she'll be able to cleanse that first one, E backwards, and sort of stay in the fight.
So they'll be going for that last outer. We've got the Gnar and the...
I think 7th Heaven's just watched all of the tutorial matches. This is how to do it.
This is the safe way to do it.
You've got to take every tower.
Well, they haven't picked up the Baron of Command yet, so it's not fully tutorial yet.
That crit on Gango took that quarter, almost a third of his health. But yeah, Baron buffed.
This is not what you want on the split pusher. This Ornn is pushing Gnar in, and all of Gnar's strength's going right now. And he's trying to get into the team fight.
Baron buffed on this patch as I was getting into, so it's really hard to stop a push like this.
Just watch this count go out.
Oh, taken out. But Heredia just walks up and 3 hits towers. This point is crazy.
Half damage on that bot side as well. And they're not stopping.
Well, I don't think the Gnar pick into Ornn's worked. There was no kill pressure, but I don't even know how you can get kill pressure on Ornn. But maybe something like a Fiora that can just do the split pushing job a little better. Because we haven't even seen Upperman be relevant in team fights.
Exactly. It's not that he's done bad, he just hasn't done anything else.
Just hasn't done anything.
I reckon this will be the call of the Forge God coming in the back. They'll be looking for an engage.
So yeah, Satori, I don't even think they need to. They just walk up and take this inhibitor.
Too safe.
Yeah.
There's the ult by Sejuani. Call of the Forge God.
Oh, it knocks up everyone.
Up. Here comes the big Zac.
Zac brings them
to your friends. Straight onto that right.
Takes them back to the carries.
Oh, here is your fault. Jumped in to save it.
That was a great
5v3
great save there. Anti saving lots of people with his lantern finally gets a little bit of repatriation.
And it looks like another great Anivia wall, but I think they'll be pushing an end here. I don't think with that
they've got
his rage bar's too low. There's not much
there's nothing they can do. And Satori is just gonna
great hit. Here comes the Rise coming for this Anivia. There's the cleanse on the queue.
Yep. Last Nexus turret taken. Oh, great work there.
Three-man
stun there from Upperman, but it's just not enough.
The
Rakenia, just too much damage. Savage barely escaping with his life. Oh, great wall there from Rakenia.
There's the first Egu-chan.
Yep, and Egu-chan being deleted off Summoner's Rift there. Maybe a little bit ambitious to end, but I still think they could have.
It was close.
It was very close.
The interesting thing here, though, is even with them winning that team fight at the end, there's nothing they're going to be able to get.
No. Well, I mean, they've only got one out. So, as we can see on the replay here, Seventh Heaven going for the win, taking the first Nexus turret with ease, taking the next Nexus turret with ease, but you can see Upperman's rage bar filling up, and he just comes in here, and it's a huge ultimate, flash, 3-man ultimate, all the carries, and jumps in there, does some good damage, and by that time Gang goes up, and Gango just cleans up.
He sacrifices himself, Upperman, but they still get the kills, and that's what you want.
Yep.
And if your passive finally pops, they're only 28 minutes in.
Gango having to retreat there. I think Satori used Call of the Forge God there off screen. So an important cooldown, but he's probably sitting at about 40.
Yeah, it's at this point
40%
about a
CDR.
minute cooldown.
About a minute, yeah.
A minute.
Seventh Heaven up by 8k. So it should be relatively easy to end here without any Nexus turrets. I can't see Unsold stuff.
Anything you picked up here by Seventh Heaven is going to be Unsold stuff. They're on knife edge.
This is just a matter of time. This one's over. So how do you come back from this as Unsold stuff? You've just lost to the lowest seed in the competition, pretty convincingly too. They outlaned you, they outpicked you, and they outroamed.
I think part of that is the perception that just because they're the bottom of the ladder doesn't mean they're not a good team. And I think they need to get that back in their head. Like, you need to take this, get lanes that will win, keep winning for you. You gave up Gango giving the lane dominance.
Yep.
Rise was completely even. Null was the only one with lane dominance, and he couldn't turn that into anything.
Yeah.
I think I would personally not pick up the Rise. If they pick up the Rise, I'd take the Egu-chan because shutting down that Rise, it's worked really well for them. Another great wall.
Yeah. Rakenia's and Ivy has been absolutely excellent. Call of the Forge got here used.
Sejuani ult, slowing everyone down. Braum's looking for this.
Missed the Sejuani ult. Would have been a great follow-up there. So 2 important cooldowns blown here for Seventh Heaven. They've got a little bit of the late game jitters. They just need that extra 1%.
They're not used to being in this position.
No, don't know how to end.
But
look at these sideways. They've got so much priority. It looks like Seventh Heaven will peel off here, clear the vision, and try and do the Baron.
Go straight into this Baron. I don't think with the Tristana showing top lane, I think they're going to have a pretty safe Baron here.
Well, Gango had to go back and clear the wave, otherwise you lose the Nexus at this point. So they've peeled off Baron. They're waiting.
They're going in on Upperman. There's the
wall, but just jumps over it. Oh,
there's Zach getting dodged again.
Oh, that was awful tussle. That was just basically inting. That was terrible. Terrible engage into the whole team. Misses everyone. Finton and Satori in the front line, they're just crushing. And Gango's already used his jump.
Oh, what
Buster shot used, but the crit there from Hattori. Call the Forge God's back up. We'll just use it to kill NT, the support. Poor bugger. What has he done to deserve that?
GG.
And yeah, that's GG. Hattori, Heredi, just waltzing in, taking the Nexus like a Swiss cheese. A really clean game from Seventh Heaven. The double wall. That's great. So
a little bit of BM on the end there.
Yeah, they've deserved it. They've just toppled a giant, and it'll be hard for Unsold stuff to sort of sit down with the coach and think about where they went wrong and try and come up with a game plan and try and get themselves back into it, get tempo. They just got out jungled and out picked, I think. You can't give up these strong lanes like Caitlyn. You can't give up the Sejuani, for instance, things like that. And if you do, you've got to focus on getting your bot lane ahead. We've seen time and time again in the LJL where Tristana into Caitlyn does not work very well if you don't give your Tristana some kind of help.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was game 1.
Zach is what like I was saying, Zach can do really well. He can do better than Sejuani, But he can fall a lot harder than Seth Ryan did.
Yeah, and he did. But yeah, that was game 1. We've got game number 2 coming up, and so the link for that one will be in the description.
Cheers, guys.